New game. I don't know if I need the sound through the whole... Oh, well, there's no... I think I have to read everything, so we probably need this music. Babysitter needed. Urgent! Childminder required tomorrow evening for our 12-year-old daughter at Westfield Groves. Reference check will be conducted. Apply for this job. Yes, please. I don't know if I want this job, but we'll apply. 1 day later. Y'all saw how I was as a babysitter with the baby in yellow. Alright, this suburb, Whitefield Groves, is one of the more exclusive neighborhoods in the city, but it's on the outskirts of town, pretty much in the middle of nowhere. This house, like all the other houses in the neighborhood, is set far apart from its neighbors. This sure is a nice place, with a well-maintained lawn and a pool. Although at this hour, it does seem a little foreboding. I don't know, it looks kind of nice. It's just about 7 p.m. and it's already full dark. The house seems quiet. Mrs. Raj, the woman who called you back after you sent in your application, asked you to be here by 7:30 p.m. and had been particular that you be on time. Because she's got a hot date she wants to go. Mrs. Raj told you... Oh. Has a hot date with her husband. Mrs. Raj told you that she and her husband, Dr. Raj, were going out for the evening and she didn't want their daughter home alone. The fact that the girl is 12 and requires a sitter indicates there may be some issues here. Or it could just be that the child doesn't like being alone at home after dark. That's quite normal. I didn't mind it. Mrs. Raj sounded like a very... very exacting? Oh, exacting. Kind of parent. The type who is very mindful of every aspect of her child's care. Well, that's a wonderful mother. She asked you a lot of questions about your background and your qualifications. She seemed pretty finicky. You can't blame her, really. These days, most parents, particularly the rich ones, pay a lot of attention to their child's upbringing. I wouldn't say necessarily just the rich ones. A good parent is going to pay a lot of particular attention. Even a bad parent will too. Sometimes. It is the nature of our times, and it pays to be vigilant. Since you've been registered with the Guardian Angel Child Care Agency for the last 3 years, you've got good references. So you were pretty confident you would get the gig. It pays well, too. Well, you're here. You're about half an hour early, which you hope is not too early for them. You'd better ring the doorbell to let them know you're here. Ooh, I can ring it. Bing bong! Oh, hey! What a cute drawing. Oh no, I'm blocking him. Oh no. Here, can I fix this? All right, now I'm over here so we can see these awesome drawings. Hopefully there's nothing over here that is blocking, but we'll stick to this side of the screen now so you guys can see everything. All right, anyways, I opened the door, or he opened the door, excuse me. Dr. Raj! Ah, yes, of course. You must be the babysitter. I'm Dr. Raj. My wife told me you would be here. I like this. This is a cute drawing. That's why I wanted you guys to see it. You're early. That's great. Do come in. He steps aside and you walk into the house. This lounge area overlooks the lawn and the pool through the tinted black windows on your left. The floor underfoot is real wood and the furniture looks like it costs a fortune. I'm so glad we found you on such short notice. Shreya? I'm hoping I'm saying her name right. That's my wife. Was quite worried we wouldn't be able to get a sitter on time. You see, I got an invitation to speak at a late evening segment of a medical convention just 2 days ago, so the whole situation came about rather abruptly. Shreya is very particular about in whose care we leave Maya, our daughter. We had a bad experience with our last sitter. Oh, okay. I understand. She is very cautious when it comes to Maya. You sense a mild apology in his tone. Also, I don't do voices because one, I'll forget, and two, they all sound the same. So, yes, I did feel that. Yes, I did feel that the interview was quite thorough. It's all right. It's important to be diligent when it comes to such matters. I don't know if these games. I kind of think no, that these games doesn't matter if you pick one or the other. I don't think it's going to change the outcome. I'm going to say it's all right. It's important to be diligent when it comes to such matters because I kind of agree. Because like I said, I don't think it matters what you pick, more of what you want to say. Maybe it does. Maybe I would have picked the other one. He would have had a different dialogue, but I don't know. I kind of feel like no. That's very true. Well, maybe not. Nonetheless, that's very true. I can see why you gained her confidence. I'll go in and tell her you're here. She's just getting ready. I'll then grab my coat and head out to the car, so I'll see you next when we're back. It was a pleasure meeting you. Do make yourself comfortable. Shreya, I'm gonna say Shreya, I think it's Shreya. Shreya will be out in a second. Bye, Dwight! Dr. Raj leaves you, and you wait for Mrs. Raj, who he referred to as Shreya. He seems pleasant, if a little absent, a rather stark difference to Mrs. Raj, who sounded formal and humorless on the call. It must be pleasant here during the day, the glass door on your left letting in natural light, but now at night the windows look out into the darkness, and the trees bordering the lawn throw deep shadows. It's understandable now why they wouldn't want their child to spend a late evening alone. The house is large and isolated from its neighbors. The neighborhood itself is rather lonesome. Children with their active imaginations can easily get distressed after dark in such an environment, even creak and every night sound taking on sinister undertones. Hi! I'm assuming, yes, you're Mrs. Raj. Mrs. Raj, hello there. We have spoken on the phone. Thank you for being early. I appreciate that. As Anand, I don't know if I'm saying that right, my husband might have told you, we're attending a medical convention, and he is one of the keynote speakers for the evening. The organizers just called us a few minutes ago and told us that the traffic around the convention center is a nightmare, and that we should start out early if we want to get there on time. So now we have to leave half an hour early. The organizers seem so, well, disorganized. Her tone is clipped. My tone isn't clipped, sorry. I'm acting like she's this pleasant person. But she probably is. She's clearly a woman who does not like it when plans go awry or situations get unpredictable. I'm really glad we were able to find a sitter on such short notice. I know Maya seems quite old to be needing a sitter, but I try to avoid leaving our daughter home alone if possible. Quite understandable. The house does seem rather foreboding after dark. Yes, children can require supervision even at that age. I like the first one. Quite understandable. The house does seem rather foreboding after dark. Does it really? Oh no, I like make her angry. Does it really? Well, in any case, it's not the house. It's just that she's going through a difficult time right now. I'm sorry to hear that. How so? Should I pry? Should I be like, why? But I am babysitting her. Shouldn't I know? I want to know. Well, we recently moved here from another state about 6 months ago. Anand got an offer to be a director at the NHU hospital. We wanted to stay together as a family, so we packed up and shifted our lives. It was a rather abrupt change for Maya. You know, leaving her old friends, her old life, the home she grew up in. She's taken it a little hard. She hasn't made any friends at her new school. She spends a lot of time alone. Anand feels guilty about it because we moved for his work, but the dictatorship at the NHU hospital is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It was only right for him to accept it. Maya's behavior doesn't make it easier on him, though. Couple that with her overacting imagination, and it can get a little stressful. Change can be hard for children at this age. What kind of behavior are we talking about? I kind of want to say what kind of behavior are we talking about, so I'm prepared for what is to come, because I know nothing about this child other than she's upset that they've moved. So I kind of want to ask, what behavior are we talking about? Well, it's nothing serious, really. Please don't misunderstand me. Maya's a wonderful child. In fact, she's very bright for her age, which may be part of the problem. She's thoughtful, she reads beyond her years, and she's surprisingly mature for her age. It's just that she still hasn't come to terms with the move. And unfortunately, she's expressing her distress in rather disconcerting ways. I'm just going to constantly ask this lady questions because I feel like I should be prepared for who this child is, so that you can connect with her better. So how so? Or children generally act out their inner turmoil when they can't talk about it. I want to say how so again. She's struggling with a lot of emotions. She's just turning 12, so she's on the cusp of her teenage years. I was going to say that earlier, like she's right at that age, but I figured the game would probably say that. She's in a new school, and you know how difficult schools can be at that age. Hormones, boys, and all the rest of it. Anand and I are busy for much of the day, but we can try to talk to her about her feelings whenever we can. But that's not been going too well. The problem is she refuses to speak plainly about her feelings. Instead, she makes up outlandish stories and lets her imagination run amok. And she tries to draw us all into her morbid, make-believe tales. Her counselor says it's a coping mechanism, a kind of stress response adopted by bright children, possibly a way to get attention, perhaps a way of telling us that she wants to leave and go back to her old life. What's troubling is that she's never been this way before. She's normally not an attention-seeking child. Her counselor's probably right. Anything I should be careful about, any trigger I should be avoiding talking about or doing. Yes, we need to be as prepared as possible. Like I said, I don't want to say something and then this child turns into a demon somehow. Like she's actually like possessed, maybe that's what's going on. Well, not really. Like I said, she's perfectly normal and not really a difficult child. She can be a little moody at times, that's all. And she might, if you probe, well, try to scare you with some of her stories about this house, for example. See, I told you! I like demons or something here. I thought she was maybe possessed, but maybe the house has got demons. What kind of stories? I'm sure I can handle being told stories. What kind of stories? Just silly juvenile stuff. The kind kids tell each other when they gather around the campfire and try to scare each other, I suppose. She may have overheard something about this house, and she latched onto it and blown it out of proportion. It troubles us how morbid and disturbing her imagination can be. About this house, children love stories. Why do you think fairy tales are so gruesome? That should be a question mark, shouldn't it? Anyways, about this house? Yes, I'd rather not go into all of it. It's just nonsense anyways. And besides, that's exactly what she wants, for us to get drawn into her hysteria. In any case, her counselor has also told us not to engage or react, so if she does try anything, please be patient. Be firm, but gentle. What Maya needs now is a little sanity. So about tonight. She's already eaten dinner, and her bedtime is at 9, which is just under 2 hours away. The time should pass quickly. There's snacks in the kitchen if you should need it. Yes. Yes, snacks. She pauses and appears to be searching for words. I know that I may have come across as a bit severe when we spoke earlier on the phone. I have to be careful about who I choose to care for Maya. She's having a hard time as it is. Oh, no, no worries, Mrs. Raj. I understand. That's okay. I'd have done the same if it were my daughter. It was pretty intense, but no offense taken. No, no, no. I think it would have been okay. It's perfectly fine. Thank you. I'll ask Maya to come in now so we can meet her. Ooh, we get to meet Maya. Maya. You hear voices. You hear voices approach Shreya, and that's of a young girl's. They are speaking in low voices, but you sense tension and conflict in their voices. The child's tone is brusque, and irate, while Shreya's tone is stern. Oh, aren't you cute? This is Maya. I like your shirt. Say hi, Maya. No! She doesn't say anything. Maya. Hi. Her voice is so low, you can barely hear it. I was just telling Maya that we're only away for about 3 to 4 hours, and that she must go to bed no later than 9. She'll cooperate, of course. Isn't that right, Maya? You sense a warning in her tone. Maya is very silent. Maya? Yes. That mumbled reply again. It's great to meet you, Maya. We'll make sure you're in bed by 9, right, Maya? No, it's great to meet you. It's great to meet you, Maya. No love back. Right, we have to be off then. Good luck, in other words, is what Mom is saying. If there's anything, please call. My number is on the fridge. Don't worry, we wouldn't need to. Everything will be all right. Thanks, I'll call if there's any issues. No, I'll say thanks, I'll call if there's any issues. Because you never know, it might not be with her, it might be an issue just in general. Yes, please do that. Goodbye. A few minutes later. Mr. and Mrs. Raj have left. An awkward silence descends as Maya stares at you. She's a cute little girl, though. There's about an hour and 30 minutes to go before her bedtime. So, what's up, Maya? How's it going? I'll ask her, what would you like to do? She's not a talker. Not a talker. Don't blame her. Don't blame her. I'm a stranger. Why not watch some TV or read a book? You want to talk? Want a snack? Want a snack? I want a snack. No? Okay, no thanks. All right. That awkward silence again. I like how the game actually took away the music for this. I like that. That awkward silence again. You shouldn't have come. You shouldn't have taken this job. You should leave. Smile. Why would you say that? Now that's not a very polite thing to say, is it? Frown. Why should I leave? I'm gonna say smile. Why would you say that? I mean, we're gonna be the best as a friends, Maya. I don't want to say that's not very polite, because I feel like that's kind of being rude. And I don't want to be like that first, like, fake frown and be like, but why should I leave? No, I'm gonna say, why you say that? Because you're not safe here. Go while you can. What am I in danger of exactly? Your parents asked me to watch over you, so I can't just leave yet. If I leave, you'll be alone here. I don't know. Didn't Mom say we shouldn't indulge in her stories? But I am kind of anxious to see, like, why she, you know, because I'm all about the spoops. I'm all about the spoops. I want to know why we're supposedly in danger at this house. I'm gonna ask. Why am I in danger? I can't tell you. because you'll not believe me. Nobody believes me. I can take care of myself, don't worry. Maya, how about we talk about something pleasant? What are your hobbies? I don't know. I like I said, I want to get all the spoops. I want to know what she's talking about. I don't know. I gotta ask. I gotta ask. I can take care of myself, don't worry. I don't know, because there's different dialogue, obviously, but I don't know if, like, if I pick these, will something end the game faster than the others? Who knows? Okay, if you say so. I'd like to go up to my room now. Sure, go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Will you be okay by yourself? Do you want to hang out here instead? I don't want to hover over the poor girl. Be like, where are you going? What you doing? Where are you going? I go to your room. Can I come? Let's go. Let's do something together. Come on. Come on. Hang out with me, Maya. No, I'll let her do what she wants. But she doesn't go. She lingers. You know, I told them not to get a sitter. I'm old enough to take care of myself. It's not safe. You mean you think you're not safe with me? I'm sure you can take care of yourself, but your parents just want to make sure you're okay. No, I wouldn't say that. My parents don't really care about me. That's not true. That's not true. Your parents seem to care about you a lot. Maybe a little too much, but a lot. If they did, they would listen to me. They don't. Anyway, I meant it's not safe for you. Yes, you already told me that, but what am I in danger from? Look, Maya, I don't scare easily. How about we talk about something else? Wait, if I don't scare easily, I should be like, tell me more. I'm gonna say yes, you already told me that, but what am I in danger from? I just want you to leave. Before something happens to you. It feels like you're going in circles with her, it does. It feels like she ain't gonna tell me. She ain't gonna tell me. Well, I can't. You're stuck with me. That's really what I would say in real life. Why don't you tell me what exactly I'm danger from? I'm gonna just say, well, you can't. I'm stuck with you. I don't think, no matter what I push, I don't think this child is gonna tell me anything. All right. At least I tried. I'm heading up to my room now. What are you going to do up there? It's not bedtime yet. I don't like either of those. I don't want to pry and ask her what she's doing, but she can go to her room and hang out. I'm just gonna say it's not bedtime yet. I don't want to pry into her life. Let her do what she wants. I know. I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to read. Maybe write in my journal for a while. Don't worry. I'm not going to burn the house down or anything. Just look. If you're not going to leave, then just whatever you do, don't go near the basement, okay? No matter what you hear, don't go near it. Please. You said go to the basement? Okay, I gotcha. Gotcha. She leaves you standing alone. Ouch. That didn't go too well. It was just as Mrs. Raj said. Maya's definitely a troubled child. No sooner had they left than she began to try to make the situation uncomfortable. I don't think so. I don't think so. I didn't find it uncomfortable, at least. You'll just have to write this out. If she spends the rest of the evening upstairs, things should be fine. You can hang out here in the lounge and pass the time till the parents get back. Exactly. Easy peasy. She's going up to her room. She's gonna read, write in her journal. 9 o'clock, she'll go to bed. Boom! Babysitting job done. Scarlett's a success. Just saying. Don't go near the basement. In other words, I heard, go to the basement. It should be easy to do. Still, the conversation with Maya has left a bad taste in your mouth. She definitely seems like a bright young girl. It's a pity she struggled with the pains of the changes in her life. But growth only ever comes from change, and that's something she'll learn over time. For sure. You decide to wait it out on one of the comfortable couches here. Where did the music go? It is so quiet. And it's creepy. It sure is comfortable as it looks. You practically sink into the plush leather. 10 minutes later. Did I doze off? Oh, what was that? That was actually a creepy sound. That was actually a creepy sound. This game is very different though than the hospital game. The hospital game was 3D, where this is all drawn. I like the art style though of this one so far, just saying. But the other one was creepier because it was, or not creepier, but it was all 3D and stuff. What was that? I don't know what that was. It came from the floor somewhere. It sounded like a door opening. Did Maya come back down? Call out to Maya, go investigate. I'll call out. Maya! You call out, but there's no response. She's probably in the basement. Earlier, you heard her go upstairs, but you did not hear her return. The sound came from near the staircase over there. Well, then it might be her coming downstairs if it came from the staircase. Just saying. You distinctly heard the creak of a door opening. This had better not be Maya playing around. There are 3 doors here. The door to your left, the door to your right of the stairs, and there appears to be a door behind the stairs. Under it, like Harry Potter. The stairs lead up to another floor, presumably where the bedrooms are. That sound you heard, that creak of a door opening, came from one of these doors. You're sure of it. Do I get to pick a door? Call out to Maya, check the doors, find out which one opened. Well, I already called out to her and she didn't answer. She's probably being your typical teenager and ignoring me, so I'm gonna just check the doors. Check the door to your left, check the door to the right under the stairs, check the door under the stairs. Well, I can see this door is not open on my left. The one on my right doesn't look open. I'm gonna go, I can't see the one under the stairs, and I wanna see if Harry Potter's under there. Oh, frick! Nothing happened. It was sound and scared me. Was not expecting sound there. I picked the right one though. The Harry Potter door under the stairs is ajar. So this door is ajar. No, it's a door, but that's okay. This must have been the sound you heard. It's probably an older house and it probably just popped open. I've had that happen. It could be a ghost, but you never know. Wait, does this lead to the basement? Through the gap in the doorway, you see only darkness. Let me get a little closer. Click the door. That went away so fast. I think I said click the door to open it. Oh, frick! Maya! Don't do that! Girl! Holy hell! I was expecting something to come flying out of the door, not you to be lurking behind me. I've never been so scared of a little girl. That's probably not true. I was scared of little girls in other games, but you freaking scared the hell out of me. What are you doing? I told you to stay away from the basement. I didn't know this was the basement. I thought it was Harry Potter living under there, all right? He lived under the stairs as well. You read? Did you not read their books? Jeez, you scared the hell out of me. Just what do you think you're up to? I'm saying that because she scared the hell out of me. I told you to stay away from the basement. Why don't you listen? Why doesn't anyone listen? Stern. Look, drop the act. I know this is some kind of prank. Calm. Maya, what exactly is going on? You don't gain anything by doing this. I'm saying that one. What's that supposed to mean? Are you accusing me of something? I'm not doing anything. You came down here and opened that door, didn't you? I'm not gonna accuse her of that. Yes, you are. Your mother warned me that you'd do something like this. Oh, I don't like either of these. I don't like either of these options. I don't want to accuse her of it, but I also don't want to say that. I guess I'm just gonna say you are. Yes, you are. Your mother warned me that you do something like this. Because I don't really want to accuse. Both of them are kind of accusing, so I'll just say this one. Ma blames me for everything. I'll bet she told you I'm making up stories. She tells that to everyone, even total strangers. But I'm not making up stories. Or stories up. I bet she didn't tell you what the real estate lady told us about this house. I just came downstairs now. See, I told you I wasn't gonna blame her. I heard you calling me, and I came down to see why. And I saw you near the basement door, even though I told you not to go near it, no matter what you hear. You're saying I opened it, I think you're saying I opened it? I think you did it. So who opened the door? No, I want to say, so who opened it? Silence. It wasn't me, okay? If that's what you're saying, that is not what I'm saying. I asked you who opened it, not that you opened it. I'm arguing with a teenage drawing right now. You know what? You're all the same. All of you think I'm lying. Even my counselor. Maya, what's really going on? Maya, maybe it's better you just go up to your room. No, I still want to dive into what she's saying. The realtor told her something. I want to know what the realtor said. What's really going on, Maya? If I tell you, you'll just call me a liar. And you'll accuse me of stuff I didn't do. Nonsense. I will not. So I'm not going to tell you anything. Do whatever you like, but for your own sake, stay away from the basement, no matter what you hear. All right, I'll bite. What's in the basement? Or what did the real estate agent tell you about this house? Tell me. And she's gone. Children, I swear. Children. Great, she's gone. Back upstairs again. This is so not going well. You're just going to have to write this out somehow until her parents get home. This is definitely getting uncomfortable. I don't think uncomfortable. It's getting frustrating. I want to know. No wonder Mrs. Raj is concerned about the girl. Children express stress in varied ways. You've seen this in children who are going through traumatic changes in their lives. The poor girl. Back to this door! You better close this door. Not that you're overly alarmed about what Maya said. No, because I hate open doors. I have OCD. Things like that. Doors cannot be opened. But the sight of the door open is a bit creepy. I told you. Close. Stay closed. There. That's better. Hum-de-dum. Back over here to the couch. Back to the comfortable sofa. Staring out into the darkness of the lawn. Can I not turn on the TV or something? Like, I'm just gonna stare out into the glass, out into the backyard, I mean. You'll sit tight till her parents get home. That's boring. Where's the Nintendo? A few minutes later. Maya? Really? Again? Come on, this isn't funny anymore. Why would she? Oh, it's demons in the basement. Call out to Maya to stop it, go investigate again. No, go investigate. Oh, that's creepy. What the hell is that? Someone crying? It's coming from over there, near the stairs. Maya, are you okay? Maya, stop this right now. No, are you okay? There is no response. It's coming from the door behind the stairs. Maya? Maya, if you don't quit this now, I'm going to have to call your mother. No, Maya? Still no response. This is really aggravating. Personally, I'm spooked, but game thinks it's aggravating. The sound of the weeping is troublesome. The door is open again. The crying is coming from the pitch darkness beyond it. There's no way you're going to open that door. Maya may be in there, ready to spring out and scare you, and you're not up for being jump scared. Yes, I am. You don't really want to die of a heart attack on a babysitting gig. That's not what you signed up for. Well, that's true. You better shut the door. Shush! Whoever's down there, be quiet. It's okay. Phew. The drying. Excuse me. Phew, the crying has stopped. This can't go on. You better put a stop to it now, or she'll keep doing this all night. And by the time her parents are back, You'll have died of fright. It's probably a good idea to talk to her, confront her. If she would just tell me what's going on, this would be so much easier. You should wait, what? You could wait right here till she comes out of the basement. She can't stay down there forever. Or you could go upstairs and wait there. She's gonna want snacks. She's gonna come out of the basement. When she sneaks back up, you could catch her in the act and then talk to her openly about what she's doing and why it's not going to help the situation. Wait for her to come out of the basement, head upstairs to wait for her. I'm gonna head upstairs. Because whatever's coming out of that basement, we already know it's not Maya. I don't want to see what it is. Head upstairs. Plus, I want to see what their upstairs looks like, because I'm nosy. Mrs. Raj told you to be gentle, but firm. Maybe it's time to focus on the firm a little. Talk directly and firmly to her. Ask her about whatever's bothering her. Maybe what she needs is a direct talk. Sometimes the best way to address something with children is to get to the heart of the problem. She might open up, and that would make things easier for her. This is nice upstairs. There are 3 doors on the side of the hall. Wait. One of these is probably her room. You feel exposed standing here in the hall. Oh no. She might see you
before you see her. Maybe you should wait inside her room for her to get back. That would startle her, and even be kind of a gentle prank right back at her. Sometimes the best way to get a child to listen is to give them a taste of their own medicine. Maybe I should stay downstairs. I don't know about scaring her. You should probably try the door to find out. You should probably try the doors to try and find out which one is her room. I mean, we could just go down the line here and see which ones are which. I'm gonna try the first door, and then if it's not that one, we'll work our way around. Locked from the outside. Got it. Oh, I like your room. This must be it. I like this. This is actually a nice room. Oh, I want this picture over here. It's a pretty nice room, as I was saying, yes. She's not here. Of course she isn't. She's downstairs, crouched in the basement, perhaps getting ready to make those awful sounds again. Still, you need a little, Still, you feel a little guilty about being in here. It is, after all, her bedroom, and therefore private. Very true. I probably shouldn't be in here. If she doesn't show up in a couple minutes, you'll leave. Still, it would be good to startle her a little. Illustrate what it's like to get jump scared by someone. The door on the left was locked. It was probably the bathroom, so she's probably in the bathroom. But I don't know. A pretty neat desk for a 12-year-old, I agree. It must be where she spends her time studying and reading. There's an open book on the table. If it's her journal, don't be reading it. Something about this book draws your attention. Oh, I am just gonna hop right in and read it. It's filled with urgent, handwritten texts. Curiosity grips you. You really shouldn't be here, in this room, let alone looking at her desk. But something about the writing, about its maniac scrawl. The writing is dated a couple weeks ago. You feel compelled to take a closer look. Get my face right up in here. Oh, I have to click it, sorry. Sorry, I thought it was just gonna go. Anyways, Thursday the 11th. I heard her again last night, after both Mama and Dad had gone to bed. I was lying in bed, nearly asleep, when I heard the sound of her weeping downstairs. I knew what would come next. And sure enough, I heard the faint shuffle of her footsteps as she made her way up the basement steps and up the stairs. Then she was in the hall outside my room. I heard the squeak of my room's door handle turn. I stayed under the blankets, my eyes shut tight. Thank God I had locked the door. It has become a compulsive habit and drives Ma and Dad crazy. I'm going around locking every door in the house, maybe from my anxiety. After time, she went away. Right, what was that? The 11th? So, this is the next day, I think. Friday the 12th. This is not Friday the 13th. At breakfast, I told Ma that I had heard the sound again the previous night. The weeping and the footsteps. Ma glared at me, and Dad didn't even bother looking up from his plate. Ma said, I want you to stop this, Maya. It's becoming tiresome and annoying. There's no one else in this house but the three of us. What about what the real estate lady told us before we moved in here? I blurted. She said, that was a tragic incident, but it happened in this house many years ago. It has nothing to do with us. You're obsessing and imagining things. Ma was almost in tears. I nearly burst out crying. It wasn't always like this. In our old life, before we moved here 6 months ago, they used to listen to me and take what I said seriously. Now they no longer believe anything I say. Oh, how I hate this house. But am I going crazy? Is she real? Am I the only one able to see and hear her? Oh, frick! Games with frickin' sounds? Come on now. The lady in the basement, she's a beauty. Let's see. I remember when I first encountered the lady in the basement. It was just after we moved in. I was alone downstairs, and I heard the basement door creak open. I went to check. I went down there and nearly died from terror. I ran upstairs, screaming, and told Ma and Dad about what I saw. They were alarmed, and Dad searched the basement, and then the whole house, but he found nothing. All he saw in the basement were the old packing boxes stored there. Sadako! Samara, is that you? You said the exact same thing as I did. Sadako? Samara? Whoever you want to call her. She's got a couple different names depending on the version. The drawing kind of looks like her, other than her face is showing. We all know that Sadako, at least in DVD, her face is never showed. Well, no, unless you get more than her face is shown. That's actually a really cool drawing, nonetheless. The lady in the basement. How I remember her when I saw her coming up the basement stairs, out of the darkness. I remember a blast of rage and malevolence, and I feared for my life. Another time, a week later, late at night, I heard her weeping downstairs. I ran to Ma and Dad's bedroom and crawled into bed with them, crying. Dad searched the house again. He searched the basement, even though I got hysterical and begged him not to, and he found nothing. This happened a couple more times. Now they look at me not with concern, but with suspicion and even anger. Ma thinks, thanks to my counselor, that I'm having some kind of breakdown brought about by our move across the country and teenage hormones. It's true that I hate the state, I hate my new school, and most of all, I hate this house. I wish we'd never moved here. But could they all be right? Could it be true that the trauma of change is driving me insane, making me see things? Seated by that awful story the real estate lady told us about what happened in this house all those years ago? Am I going crazy? Some nights I lie in bed wide awake, waiting for the sound from the basement to start, frozen in fear. She's written a lot! So the last one said it was Friday the 12th, because I said it wasn't Friday the 13th. Now we're at Friday the 27th, so a jump in time. Okay, so I'm not the only one who hears/sees her, which means I'm not going crazy. But it also means this situation is dangerous. Yesterday, Ma and Dad had to attend a party thrown by an old friend of Dad's. I think it was one of those boring adult parties where everyone stands around, sipping drinks and talking late into the night. So they hired a sitter, a sweet 22-year-old girl, Nadia, who goes to the BH college nearby. I really liked her. She was so pretty. I was up here, and it was at around 9 when I heard her scream. I ran downstairs and found her cowering behind the sofa, her face ashen. She was pointing toward the basement door. And I knew at once that Nadia had seen her too. It is Sadako. Oh, I know it! Come on! Because, come on, well, if she didn't... Nadia was her name? Yes, Nadia. She was still alive, so maybe she looked away in time. I asked Nadia what happened. She said that she heard the basement door opening. Then a few minutes later, the sound of someone weeping. She thought it was me, and she went to investigate. She opened the basement door wide, and then she... Frick! Maya, you gotta stop doing that! Holy hell! I was reading a great story about the Oreo, and you frickin' sneak up behind me!
Hey, just what do you think you're doing in here? You're reading my diary? You ain't talking to me, but I didn't want to read her diary personally, but the game made me, I'm sorry. That's so creepy. I'm going to call my mom. I should have locked my door. I told you! I went to the bathroom, and just for once, I didn't lock my room. And see what happens? Please leave my room. Wait, I was just in here to scare you. Instead, you got me again. Wait, I heard those sounds too, from the basement. The weeping. Is this all some elaborate prank? Where were you? She just said she was in the bathroom. I kind of want to say this one. I want to say you got me again because it's true, but I want to tell her that I heard the sounds. Oh God, you shouldn't be in this house. The last sitter, it didn't go too well for her. You should leave the house. What happened to Nadia? I think she's dead. I think it is Sadako. And she's dead. What happened to the previous sitter? Tell me about this lady in the basement. What was the story the real... Oh God, I want to know all of these. What was the story the real estate agent told you about this house? I want to know all of these. But for my own safety, I kind of want to know what happened to Nadia. I guess you mean Nadia? She saw the lady in the basement. That's how I think of that thing down there. In caps. Nadia heard her crying. She thought it was me, and she went down into the basement to investigate. When I found her, she was screaming and hysterical. I could barely understand what she was saying. She said that the woman came to her. At her. Excuse me. She called my mom and told her that she was leaving the house and that she didn't want to stay a moment longer. Mom was furious and asked her why, but Nadia would not say why. I mean, it sounds crazy when you talk about it out loud, so I don't blame her. Also, I think Nadia didn't even want to think about what she saw, let alone talk about it. She was so shaken. Nadia was up here with me when Ma was talking to her on the phone. I thought she said she left the house. She just listened to Ma wordlessly, and then she left without a word. When Ma came home, she was furious with me. With you? Let me guess, she thought you scared her away? That's what I'm gonna say. Yes, she thought that I told Nadia about the lady in the basement and spooked her. That's why I didn't want to tell you anything about all this. I just wanted you to stay away from that basement. Because I knew you wouldn't believe me, and because I didn't want Ma to say that I scared you away. Personally, I think if you would have told me, I would, like, not go down there. But by not telling me, now I'm more curious, and now I want to go down into the basement. Actually, not now that I've read this diary, but before. Tell me about this lady in the basement. Oh, so I get to do both of these. Let's just do the lady in the basement one. It was the same ones, so. I heard the sound about a week after we moved in here. First, the basement door kept opening by itself. Always when I was alone in the lounge. I was too scared to go near it, so I kept ignoring it. I thought it was maybe a draft. Once it opened when Ma was standing with me, she just shrugged and said that the door was stiff, and so it sprang open. She said we wouldn't get it fixed. But then one day, I heard the weeping, and I could not help myself. I went to the door, and I went down there, and I saw her. I've been living in terror ever since. I hear her some nights. Sometimes she's just weeping. Other times she wanders the house. Nobody believes me. Ma and Dad think I'm making it up to get them to leave here and go back to our old life. I don't know what the lady in the basement wants. I don't even know what she is. But when I saw her, I sensed such rage and despair. Or such despair. I know she wanted to harm me, even kill me if she could. But I knew at once who she was. She was the lady from the story. The story that the real estate woman who got us this house told us. Alright, so what was the story? Before he moved here, Dad wanted to find a place near the hospital where he's working, so he got in touch with this real estate firm and she showed him a bunch of houses. Ma didn't like any of them. Finally, the agent told them that she had one more place on her file. She brought us here. Ma loved the place at once. It was spacious, had a nice lawn, and a pool. 2 floors, what not to love? Even better was the rent. I remember how Dad was really happy about how cheap the rent was considering its size. The only issue with the house, Ma said, was that even though it's part of the suburban property, Whitefield Groves, it looked a little run down. That was when the real estate agent told Dad and Ma the story. She said that the last long-term resident lived here nearly a decade ago, a family of 3. The man was some kind of businessman, and he used to travel a lot. His wife was a housewife, and they had a 4-year-old girl. The wife had some kind of ongoing mental disorder. Depression, I think. Some kind of psychosis. She would hear voices or see things. She was taking medications for it. At one point, she began to believe that her husband no longer loved her, that he was plotting to kill her. It could have been the long hours alone, or maybe she was slowly descending into madness. But at some point, she broke, and in a moment of madness, she killed her daughter and herself. I asked the real estate agent in which room she'd done it, and she said she didn't know. But I think I have a pretty good idea where it happened. The house stayed vacant for a long time. Bad mojo, I guess? There were a couple of residents in between, but most stayed for a short time, then moved on. I guess they either saw something or felt uneasy. This house had been empty for almost 3 years before we moved in. That's pretty crazy. Hasn't your mom and dad seen or heard anything? If this is all an elaborate fiction, some kind of prank, I'd be pretty amazed. I don't want to say that. I kind of want to know if her mom and dad haven't seen anything. I mean, she kind of said they hadn't, but maybe she's just not saying everything. So, let's do that one. No, they say they haven't. Maybe they have. Maybe they're just blocking it off or something, or explaining it away. I'm pretty sure they haven't heard that horrible crying. You wonder how any of this is possible. Could any of this be real? Do you believe me now? Yes. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Maybe I don't know yet. Yes, I do. I do believe you. I do. Wow. Thank you. It's great that at least someone doesn't think I'm crazy. I've been living with this for a while now. I'm losing weight. The counselor at school thinks it's because of the move and the changes in my life, but I know why it is. It's hard for me to concentrate in class. I keep thinking about her, of the madness that drove her to kill her own daughter and take her own life, and I get scared. What if I go mad like that? Maybe that's what she wants. Did you tell your counselor about the truth? About all of this? I'm sorry to hear that. No, let's continue to talk about it. I did. How do you think it went? Probably not good. She started talking about putting me on medications. I don't want that. I don't want to be one of those kids, you know, a walking zombie hopped up on prescription drugs. So after that, I went with his story. Yeah, it was the change. Poor old Maya misses her old school and her friends. Look, just leave, okay? Leave this house and go. I'm stuck and I have no choice, but you do. I won't leave you alone. I'll wait for your parents. You're right. I'm getting the hell out of here. No. I think we should stay. Reason being, I don't want to leave her. I feel bad for this little girl. So I'm gonna say no. I'll wait for your parents. I won't wait. She said, though, she comes out of the basement sometimes. I was just gonna say I won't go near the basement. I'll go outside and play in the pool. That's what I'll do. No, we'll wait. That's nice of you. But it's dangerous. I can't ask you to do that. What if something happens to you? Nadia, the previous sitter, I think she saw something terrible down there. I won't go down there then, I promise. Sometimes I think that maybe the lady... Oh my gosh, oh my god, magic! I was just getting ready to say, oh my gosh, she's coming! And then I realized after it went off, I was like, wait, that's mine. Sometimes I think that maybe the lady in the basement is looking for her child. Maybe mother who hurts their children are never able to forgive themselves, even after they die. You should go. Mom will probably blame me again, but I'll handle it. All right, if you insist, I'll leave, or I told you I'm not going to leave you here alone. I'll wait till your parents get back. I don't want to leave her alone because I feel like if I say, if you insist I'll leave, the game's over. And I don't want the game to be over. I want to get all the spoops out of this game and everything. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it because I want to see this lady in the basement. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. And brave. Not really. I told you I go hang out in the pool while this is going on. I don't have to stay in the house. I wish I was that brave. Would you mind if I go to bed now? I'd like to try and sleep. I'm really exhausted. Sure. Good night. Try to get some sleep. Like I said, I gotta hang out in the pool. Well, you're back downstairs again. Hanging out on my comfy sofa. You're going to sit tight. You know you're doing the right thing. So it's before 9 because she said she was going to bed early. Parents said they would be gone for about 4 hours. So we got like 3 hours left, I think. No matter what, it wasn't right to abandon her and flee. Exactly. And I want to see the rest of the story. Not when her parents asked you to watch her. The kid is all right after all, and leaving her alone while her parents are away, especially after they entrusted you in your care, just didn't feel right. And I wanted to see what happened. And if any of this is true, the insane story of the woman in the basement, why you're going to have to leave... Wait, what? The insane story of the woman in the basement. Why you're going to have to deal with whatever comes. My bad, I just didn't read that right. Time passes. Nothing so far, it's all good. Nothing so far. Oh, frick, don't. Oh my god! It's nothing! That hurt my throat! Crap. Here we go. I'll admit, this game is a lot spookier than the hospital one. Footsteps from somewhere down below. It's fine, I ain't going down there. From the basement. No! The basement door. That was the basement door again. You've got to see this through. You're not running away. No, hell no. Hell no. I'm closing the door and I told you. Go sit in the pool. You have to find out the truth. Even though your heart is running so hard that you fear it might crash. Can any of what Maya said be true? I was looking at the volume for you guys. I think it's okay. No! Close the door. It's wide open. Sounds are coming from down there. Don't get closer! A smell comes wafting up. A vile stench of corruption. A something long gone to rot. The smell is overwhelming, overpowering. It hits you like a fist. What terrible thing walks down there? I don't want to go down, no! No! I don't want to go down there. I just want to close the door and go back to my sofa. It's pitch dark. smell. It's unbearable here. It's difficult to think. There are moldy boxes piled up at the corner of the room. Hi. That wasn't scary. That wasn't scary though, her appearing. Who's there? Who's there? You feel a sense of foreboding. A suffocating blackness overwhelms you. Oh, she's getting... It is Sadako! She's even wearing the white! Darkness descends, clouding your mind. You cannot move, cannot even breathe. A despair unlike anything you've ever known fills you. You sink into it, grief rising in you like a black tide. Frick. Ma'am, you need to back up and give me some spice. Whoa! Wow! That one didn't scare me as much as Maya popping up behind me scared me. And Magic's too. That one didn't scare me that bad. You find yourself slumped on the sofa in the lounge. Your head aches. Like I said, that one didn't even scare me. Kind of figured something like that was gonna happen there. Frickin' Maya appearing behind me scared me every time. Your hands are shaking. You spring to your feet. Oh. Ah, you're up. Hi, Dr. Raj. Is time already passed? Are you home? When did you get back? Wait, what happened to me? Oh, it was Magic. I looked around, I'll admit, I looked around. When did you get back? What happened to me? I'm gonna just say, when did you get back? I'm gonna play it off. I don't want Maya to get in trouble. When did you get back? What's happened? It was a pleasure watching your daughter. About 10 minutes ago. We found you downstairs. In the basement of all places. You were lying on the floor, passed out. Maya told us to look for you there. When we got home, we found Maya upstairs quite shaken. She was near hysterical. She told us that she heard you scream and that you might be hurt in the basement. It took us a lot of effort to calm her down. She kept saying it was her fault, that she should not have She kept saying it was her fault, that she should not have accepted when you insisted you stayed. Ah, gotcha. She said that you talked to her about what she calls the lady in the basement. Not this time. Not this time. I got you. That one didn't scare me. She said that you told her you believed her. It's shameful that you would encourage her like this. Play along with the delusion of a child. But I think I'm in trouble. Shreya will be here in a moment. She wants to talk to you before you go. Goodbye. I did a big oopsie and got in trouble. Hey Maya. Mom will kill me if she sees me talking to you. But I had to see you before you left. Did you see her? The lady? Did you see her? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I knew it. I knew it. You see, I was telling the truth. Thank you for believing me. Now, maybe the parents are mad at me and all this, but you know what? I might have given this little girl hope. You know, no one else believed her. Maybe Nadia did. I don't know. I'm so glad you're not hurt. I can't believe that you stayed on despite what you knew. I know that must have taken a lot of courage. That means a lot. And like I said, I'm glad that I don't remember if she said that the last babysitter believed her, but I'm glad at least we're providing her some comfort. Now, I might be kicked out of this house and never get a job again, but it's okay. Maybe I can be like that and have that kind of courage too. I'm sure you can. You're courageous already? Oh no. Oh no, what do I say? Both are amazing. I'm gonna say you're courageous already because I think she is. She's already stayed in this house. She tried to warn us and everything. She's already courageous in my book. Thank you. Well, I really have to go now before Ma sees me talking to you. She'll come down hard on you. That's just the way she is. Don't feel bad. Until she sees it too, she will never believe. I'm sorry all this has happened. I'm sorry all this happened to you. You never asked for this. Yeah, I didn't. No, I'm not gonna say that. Will you be okay? I am concerned for Maya. I really am. She's like such a sweet little girl. Well, I know I'm not crazy now. And you went down there and faced her. I'm going to try and face my fears and be brave too. Thank you for showing that Thank you for showing that. That's not worded right. Thank you for showing that I can. That's not worded right, but thank you for showing me. Oh, there should be a comma. Thank you for showing me that I can. It's okay. It's just backwards. It's fine. Bye. Bye, Maya. The tone of the game has sure changed, even with the music. That's why I'm thinking it's getting to the end. Hi, Mrs. Raj. It's good to see you again. I must say that I'm sorely disappointed. We put you in charge of looking after her. And Anand finds you lying, passed out in the basement. He says you weren't drunk or on drugs, but I find that hard to believe. Ma'am! At least you stayed on, unlike our last sitter, who left the child alone and fled. But I'm not sure I should be grateful for that considering the situation. You encouraged my daughter's sick fantasy, and you've probably set back our progress with her by weeks in doing so. Your daughter isn't lying. There really is someone or something in this house. I don't know. I didn't believe it at first, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna defend Maya, because I think by someone believing her, she will actually start to make a turnaround, and not people just telling her she's absolutely crazy. So I'm gonna say your daughter isn't lying. Really? So she dragged you into her hysteria and you believed all of it? This is exactly what her counselor warned us not to do. Since you work with children, I thought you would know better. There's nothing wrong with Maya. It's this house, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure I saw something. I'm defending her. I'm sorry. Goodbye. We'll be passing on our feedback to your agency. Ah, bitch. Oh, door slammed in my face. Well, that didn't go as you planned. You've been shown out rather unceremoniously. Mrs. Raj was clearly furious. So was Dr. Raj. But what Maya said, what you saw in there, that sense of abject despair that washed over you in the dark. As you leave, you turn to look at the house. You think of all that happened. And you wonder, please no. Please no, don't leave it there. Oh, 1 week later, all right. Babysitter needed, urgent. Child, okay, that was the same thing. And no! I hate this creator! I hate them so much! No, I really like them, but they leave you on such cliffhangers! Though, I will say, this game was better than the hospital game. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, on my YouTube page, there's a game we played last week called The Hospital. Same content creators, free on itch.io if you guys want to check it out. It was good, but they left you on a cliffhanger. This one, same. It kind of did the same thing. However, it was a little bit more spookier because of just like the ambiance of the lady in the basement. Like, I thought she would have probably been more scary than she was. Like, the freaking teenage girl was scarier when she popped up behind you than the actual basement scene with the actual entity or whatever. But that was good nonetheless. That one was better. But yeah, all in all, I liked this game. I thought it was good. I thought the writing was good. The few jump scares, good. a little underwhelmed by the jump scare in the basement with the actual scary thing. And then it did leave us kind of on a cliffhanger, other than the fact where it pretty much told us who the lady in the basement was. But I want more. Like, what is she doing? What does she want? Why is she there? Is there a way to get rid of her? Now that we saw her and that passed out in the basement, are we possessed? Are we gonna go home and now have this, you know, like horrible looming feeling over us or something? It's those things that this creator needs. They do a good job with the story, and they do a good job with the few jump scares. A couple of them weren't very scary, but it's just those little details that I crave, and I don't think they're gonna go back and update these games. Who knows? But that is what I crave from this content creator, developer, is they leave too many questions unanswered.